Alright, so I have finished the seat, and I'm now starting work on the rudder, which, as we can see, I've got very, very detailed plans for. And I've only got about an hour today to work on this, so I think what I will primarily work on is just doing the bar that runs across the canoe, the two clamps, and then possibly the part that actually goes to the rudder, because as we were looking at it, or my youngest brother was looking at it because he's the one who's primarily going to be using it, he was like, well, when we hit, shallower water, your rudder's going to go down too far, and so it needs to pivot. I needs to rotate on here, and then it needs to rotate this way as well. So there'll be two separate hinges of sorts inside of there. So I'm going to just work on getting this part done that runs across, and then making the two clamps, and that's probably all the time I will have today. So, gonna get working. Alright, so I've got the main support, or the cross member, is just a 2-inch wide piece of some plywood that I had left over from some dinosaurs that I cut out, which you'll see later on. And then I got the two brackets, or my clamps. I just have to drill the holes in them, and then drill the holes in here, and they will clamp on like that. Well, I will have to trim this down a bit. And then this actually mounts somewhat like that. There. So then over here on this end, I have to get something that'll pivot this way, that when we go through shallower water we can lift the rudder up, and then another one that goes that I can rotate this way. So I've got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do for the rotation this way. The other way is simple enough, but I need something that I can get it up off. And I think I may have just figured out what I'll do. So, let me do a little bit of experimenting, and I'll be back. So I think I figured it out, and here's what I think I'll be doing. I've got this hinge that I got from a hardware store when they were going out of business. That'll go on here. I'll cut in, across, and then back so that this can lift up. That'll rotate this piece like that, and then my handle and rudder will attach to that, which will allow it to rotate this way. So I'm going to cut in and cut across on here first. I'll screw this in, and then I'll cut it free. That's just so it stays aligned properly and all nice. So let me get cutting that out. Alright, so I have got my hinge in place. So the rudder itself, which will probably be a portion of wood like this, or I've got some wood over here that I need to measure and see just how long it actually needs to be on the water. That will end up being right up close behind here. There's this not perfect center, of course, but you know, a rough idea, and then it'll pivot around that, depending on where he's got the handle. And then if it needs to come up, this just rotates up and allows the rudder to come clear of whatever's in the way. Now, the handle, which I won't get started on today, so I've got the hinge in here now. The handle needs to get a nice curve to it so that my brother can actually hold on to it. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking possibly like a 2x4 or something, or maybe some material like this, and I will probably end up using a bandsaw, and I'll rip it up into a bunch of thinner pieces. I will take some of this plywood that I have, so I've got a bunch of that, and I will cut the shape into that, and then I will make what I believe is called a glue lamb, and I will stick all those pieces together, glue them all, and then clamp them between the plywood and give it that curved shape, which I may have to well, we'll see once I get the rest of the center here piece, or that. We will find out once I get this piece finished up with the clamps and that, to see exactly how big my angle should be on here and everything. So until next time, I shall be trying to figure out that, and I've got to go eat, so either there'll be a part 2, or more than likely it'll just be the very next clip you'll see will be me starting to work on it again. Catch you next time.